arrives, he's able to locate and destroy the defender, and I think that's everything you would want in an offensive lineman.
Ikem Ekwonu, offensive tackle, NC State, 91 overall. Is a high-level prospect, 6'0", 310 pounds, 34 on the arms, ran a 4.91 at the NFL Combine. And Joe, when you compare that with the explosiveness he has in the run game and the lateral mobility that you see from him, how excited does that get you to project him in a league that desperately needs as many good offensive linemen as that they can find?
Makes me very excited. And, obviously I've been in tune with Ikem for a while. And watching him in 2020, it was more, hey, this guy's a killer in the run game. He's a first off the bus guy. And you keep watching, you're like, is he really a tackle? Does he have to play guard? Does he have the ability to mirror on the edge? And then I think he answered every one of those questions this year. Where I came into summer and we talked about him, like, guys, he might be a guard, but I mean, if he is, he's going to be an impact player. I think I got the confidence watching him this year that this is absolutely a tackle that has that foot quickness to mirror. He frame blocks so much better. His pass sets were so much cleaner this past year. And oh, by the way, he didn't lose anything as a run blocker, which is kind of the calling card there where, like, sometimes we talk about run blockers and that kind of just means that they can't pass block. He can do both, but his run blocking is an elite trait with his, natural power and just how tenacious he is to move people against their will.
Yeah, I agree. The number one thing for me is, and this is my number one offensive tackle in this class, is his range as a blocker.
Yeah.
Like, he, everywhere they ask him to get to, he gets there. And it's one thing to get there and you get the offensive lineman to get to the second level, but to be able to place a proper block and get the block, executed is a whole nother thing. He gets there under control, and that's what I like about him. And I think about Trent Williams, and I think it was that playoff game when he played left tackle and he had that lead block to where he came across and everybody went crazy. And I think Ikem is capable of doing that type of thing. Like, he's that athletic. And like I said, when he arrives, he's able to locate and destroy the defender. And I think that's everything you would want in an offensive lineman.
He's a special athlete. I mean, he really is a special athlete, as Keith is alluding to. The way he climbs to the second level, the way he's able to really work down the line of scrimmage on some of those zone runs is absolutely outstanding. His ability to create running lanes for his backs to run behind him, it's gonna transform a team's run game. He is that type of impact, in my opinion. And then just to piggyback off what Joe said, his length, his foot quickness in pass protection, it's very, very hard to get around him. And really, to me, where I was sold on him was his ability to handle inside counters and redirect and still kind of maintain leverage and be square, never kind of get overextended. It's flawless. I mean, this guy is a special player, obviously in contention to be the number one overall pick, and I think it's more than justified.
Powerful hands. He's a powerful puncher, powerful striker, uses his length well. He has like this ridiculously nasty snatch trap that kind of went around on Twitter during the season. So it shows that he's made strides as a pass protector. Yeah, very nuanced. So he's making those strides that gives you the faith and hope that, okay, if I draft him and put him at tackle, he will continue to develop. He's not somebody that, hey, I have to pigeonhole him at guard. He's made enough, waves and movement as a pass protector with his technique, with his footwork and different things like that, where he can be placed at that left tackle spot and just allow him to grow and blossom.
So what really popped to me for Ikem, and you talked about his punch power, but it's not just when my feet are planted, right?
Yeah.
It's when we run zone and I'm stringing out the point of attack and this dude goes bowling because he punches one dude
Good way to
and
put
he
it.
rolls
Yes.
4 other guys in the process and just completely blows up the edge.
Yeah.
And seeing that in a 3-dimensional plane is like, wow, that's really special. And that, for me, from a run game perspective, is what really pops about Ikem. And I agree with everything that you guys have said as far as the growth that has happened and checking those boxes this year, because I was one of those guys who was like, might be an inside guy, just like you were. I don't feel that way anymore, and that's a credit to Ikem and the way that he played this year. So Ikem Ekwonu, one of our top offensive tackles available for the 2022 NFL Draft. Don't be surprised if he gets his name called in the first 5 picks or so, but if he does, it's well deserved.